Today's topic is what are the stages of a misdemeanor case here in San Diego County? If you've recently been arrested on a misdemeanor or you have a loved one going through the process, stick around. I think you're going to like this video. My name is Dod. I've been a criminal defense attorney here in California since 2004. My firm is Dod Law. Subscribe to our channel, hit that like button. Let's help educate the public and get the public the help they need. Today we're going to talk about what happens and what are the stages of a misdemeanor case, right? So typically you're arrested or you're given a notify letter where you have to appear in court on a misdemeanor. Now, on a misdemeanor, if you have an attorney, you don't have to appear in court on certain types of cases. Now, there's certain types of cases where you are required to appear. For example, a domestic violence case, you will have to appear with your attorney. But other cases, for example, a DUI, a theft case, a drug case, you won't have to appear, and your attorney can appear for you under Penal Code 977. So you do not have to appear in court, but that's something that you and your attorney are going to have to talk about. So at the misdemeanor arraignment, typically you plead not guilty and the case begins on that day. Now, what you have to be prepared for on a misdemeanor, whether it's a DUI or whether it's a domestic violence case, is at that first arraignment, a judge could order certain conditions on you. So hypothetically speaking, on a DUI case, the judge can order you to get on an ankle bracelet during the pendency of the case. In a domestic violence case, it will happen that the judge will issue a protective order against you and the alleged victim in the case. Now, the protective order can be you have no contact whatsoever, or it could be a no negative contact order, with the alleged victim in the case. You're going to have to talk to your attorney about that. This is not legal advice. So we have a misdemeanor arraignment. Now, after the arraignment in a misdemeanor case, there are several things you can do. Number one, you can file motions. You can file something called a suppression motion. So, for example, if this is a DUI case and you believe that the officer had no reason to pull you over, your attorney can file something called the 1538 suppression motion and argue that the officer violated your Fourth Amendment rights. There are other motions you can file. There's something called a pitches motion you can file where if you believe that the officer did something wrong, your attorney can try to get into the officer's file and see if the officer has any other complaints against him. So there's other motions and things that your attorney can file in order to help protect your constitutional rights and get you the best outcome. Now, the problem with a misdemeanor case is you don't have the right to a preliminary hearing. So in a misdemeanor case, for example, in a domestic violence case, if it's a felony, then we can cross-examine the alleged victim at a preliminary hearing. We can't do that in a misdemeanor case. In a misdemeanor case, the only time we're going to be able to cross-examine the victim, the alleged victim, is if we go to trial and the case is heard in front of 12 jurors. So we have a misdemeanor arraignment, then we have the readiness conference and motions, and if the case doesn't settle, then the next step is the actual jury trial, whereas in a felony case, there's several more court appearances along the way. In a misdemeanor case, if you plead guilty at the readiness conference, you can get sentenced immediately and you won't ever have to come back to court unless it's a domestic violence charge where you plead guilty, you're ordered to do certain programs like a 52-week domestic violence program, and then you're going to have periodic court appearances every 90 days to submit proof and to show progress in those classes. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and give us a call at the numbers below. My name is Dod. I've been doing this for almost 18 years. You can like our channel. You can subscribe to our channel. Let's help educate the public. Thank you very much. Have a great day.